I chose to do a retreat with Katie because having worked with Katie for a couple of years, and knowing that I wanted an adventure, but I wanted a trip that knew I would come back feeling more myself and better than ever. And I just trusted Katie completely that she would create something beautiful, something transformational, and something really restful, and that she would guide it. And she has in every way. It's been really beautiful. The reason I came on this retreat was because I really wanted to reset before the end of the year, actually, so that I could go into the Christmas time feeling steady, feeling really good, and feeling really clear and excited about next year. And I also just needed a rest. And I just knew that any normal holiday wouldn't cut it, and that actually coming here would make me stop, would mean I didn't have to take care of any of the planning, organising of my trip. I could just turn up and something beautiful would be planned. I think Katie's special skill sits in the mentoring sessions, and it's that ability to lead the group, no matter how many there are of you, and whether she's coaching you as a group or one-on-one, it's to really identify the most important thread, that the blind spot that so often we can't see, and we just continue as normal and don't think twice. Whereas Katie really is able to hone in on that and not let it go, actually, and keep bringing the conversation back to it. So these little things that are really like are the indicators to a blind spot or a fear or a negative belief that we think, well, I thought I'd let go of, it's actually still hanging around, just in a different disguise. And so that's been the most powerful, actually, is having that expert guidance to really go, no, let's just come back to that, not letting that go, this is important and this matters, and exploring that. What I wanted to get out of the retreat was really a deeper sense of stillness and calm, that core strength that only, I think, really stays with you when you work on it, when you practice it, when you focus on it. I really wanted to focus on connection, and that was because I spend so much time doing, whether that's for my clients, my business, other people around me, and just always going, and I really get very little time to just stop and really ask myself every single day, how am I feeling, what do I need, and do that. So this was about resetting that pattern. When I came on this retreat, I actually felt a sense of loss leaving home, getting my plane. It was this very extreme feeling of pure excitement and adventure, and then loss. It was like something had died. But I knew that this was only going to be a good thing, so I just went with it and got on the plane and turned up in Sri Lanka. And the reason that was because I knew that whether it was in a big way or a small way, I was going to come home a different version of me. I know I'm going back with this, I just took a big deep breath then. This inner core strength, this strong centre of who I know I am, who I know I can be, and what's possible. The difference between when I arrived and how I feel today after 6 days, it's real peace. It's a real peaceful calm. And that's not just because I'm sitting in the jungle and I can hear monkeys and birds and it's beautiful. That helps. But it's just a calm that you can't put a price on, actually, because this comes home with me. I take this, what I know to be true is that the investment in myself is something I can never lose. So in terms of our schedule, it was really very fluid. There was not that much has been asked of us in terms of be here, be there. We have one thing, which is we start every day at 8 o'clock with yoga, and then we have a quiet breakfast where we just slowly wake up and surface and take care of ourselves and just start the day calmly, and that's been really lovely, actually. So apart from that, it's been how do we feel each day. In the mornings we'll do our group work, coaching work, we'll pull cards, we'll talk, we'll pull out books, listen to music, and it's all relevant to what we're working on. And really just that thread just has unfolded throughout the week and gone in different directions, and we've just had the complete flexibility to just go with it. But Katie's really led that, so everything we've done has been relevant in some way, or opened a new conversation or a new door that's interesting, and that's on topic really for us and what we're working on here this week. And then the afternoons are totally up to us. We could lie in our beautiful little cabins if we wanted to, or we could go surfing, to the beach, to Gaul Fort, do some shopping, just really whatever we felt like. Stay here and sunbathe and swim by the pool. Complete freedom. And actually it was really important to have that time, because you don't need to be in coaching all day long to really feel the value and the progress, even just in a week. I found to have that morning focus in the morning, that work together, and then just let it sort of mellow and sink in the afternoon was so important, to then be able to come back to the next day feeling like you'd moved on. This whole week has been a conversation. It's not been a teaching week. There's no homework, it's not like a classroom. This is a practical and continuous conversation. The bigger spectrum is about life from different perspectives, different ages, different experiences, and then it's about what's going on for each of us, in this moment in time. But it's that thread of conversation that Katie just supports and informs and holds, that I think has been like the secret superpower, just carrying us through the week. So this week, actually it was about remembering. I really remembered what it felt like to be in full energy, to be in my flow, it came to me in coaching. Actually at points I felt so far away from how good I can feel. And then actually for me the turning point was when we went surfing, and I just surfed like I haven't surfed in years, and no fear, dropping in, and I felt alive. And I know that's there, but just being out of my comfort zone in this place, in this beautiful place, on this adventure, I was able to remember what that felt like. And I know that when I'm feeling less than that, that's there anytime I want. This place is so beautiful. It is this retreat, this sanctuary. Every time we go out, anytime we'll go out to town or do a trip, I always feel so excited to come back. It's everything from the beautiful wildlife that's everywhere and just roaming around, from the birds, the monkeys, to the lizards, and they're quite big, and actually just the beautiful music that's played. It feels very much at home. You have beautiful staff that are here, and they're the same most days. You know, you get to know them, you interact. It's like this beautiful family on this island retreat that is all yours as well. So there's no one here that isn't with Katie and or supporting Katie and us during our stay. It's just this beautiful, really luxurious privacy. It's something I've never had before. I mean, you can rent a house, but this is like renting a whole little island estate, and it's just beautiful. But you also have total privacy in your suite. No one can see you. You've got that space, which I think is really important as well. So you can retreat back to that if you just want to be by yourself. You've got plenty of space, beautiful balcony. It's just beautiful. So to someone thinking about coming on a retreat with Katie, I would say just do it. You will never, ever regret it. I've looked back over the last few years when I've been working with Katie and coaching during a retreat. I can see such a dramatic difference in what happens, and the pace at which all the things I want to happen or get resolved, sort themselves out. Just working with Katie and coaching propels all of that, clears it out, and just moves, for me, has always moved me forward to where I want to be, and really just made my life so much better. So if you don't think you have the time, or you don't think you have the money, I would say keep searching and find a way. There always is. And I say that from the perspective of having been there and done that and felt that. What I know is that when you make that time for yourself, when you ask for it, whether it's negotiating with work or speaking to Katie about how you pay for it, or, flexibility comes forward, because ultimately, if you're committed to doing this, generally, in my experience, things just fall into place. When planning this trip, my work projects just suddenly paused for a month. And so magically, it was actually the perfect time for my client for me to not be there. And they didn't miss me, and I was able to go away without thinking, oh, I should be somewhere else. So things just, in my experience, tend to fall into place when you really commit to it. As of this retreat, I'm committed to giving myself permission to take care of myself. Whatever that means to me, taking a massage when I need it, going to the gym regularly, just starting my day as I want to start it instead of rushing it. I don't need to earn it.